G'day, Trent from Total Tools. It's mini bike shootout time. We've got the brand new Ego mini bike, we've got the Greenworks mini bike. Both of them are made by companies that specialise in outdoor power equipment. Both run on the same batteries that the rest of their power equipment run on, same platform. Ego is 56 volt, we've got two 10 amp batteries in it. The Greenworks is a 60 volt with two 8 amp batteries in it. The specs otherwise are quite similar. We're going to stick them head to head on a track, on a few different scenarios, and see which one comes out on top. All right, a few of the tests we're going to run through. We've got two riders. We've got me and young Todd behind the camera. There is a significant weight difference between the two of us, so in the different tests we're going to swap and get averages out of that to see which one comes out the best in each scenario. To be able to test the torque of the machine individually, we're going to do a uphill drag race, we'll do a downhill drag race, we'll do one on the flat. We'll test the top speed. The Ego claims a top speed of 45 k's an hour. The Greenworks claims a top speed of 40. Both of them claiming similar ranges of around the 30k mark. We'll do some individual lap times. We'll swap bikes, see which lap times we can do around our track. Do some little jumps, test the suspension, and we'll also give our judgment on what we feel they look like. We'll put the official weights up on the screen, but just as a thumb suck in the air when you pick the two up. Feels like that the Ego is a little bit heavier. We'll just run through the Ego quickly. Front and rear suspension, front and rear disc brakes, hydraulic discs. Got a cool little storage area here. You can put an extra battery in there, or just whatever you want, whatever fits in there really. Carries two batteries in the tank. Got a nice little display screen, digital screen, tells you your speed, battery power, all that sort of thing. Got 3 speed settings. We've got economy, standard and sport. It's got headlights with high and low beams. It's got a little reverse button that slowly gets you going in reverse. A horn to tell people to get the hell out of the way. And as I mentioned, headlight you can have in multi settings. Specs of the Greenworks are pretty similar. As I said earlier, it feels a bit lighter, but we'll do the weights, official weights on the screen. This one is 2-speed, economy and sport. It does have a reverse that is in full speed, but near impossible to do with your legs up, I can tell you that. We'll give that a go later on. Got a headlight with high and low beam. Got the horn again to get everyone out of your way. Doesn't have the little storage, sealed storage compartment, but we've found that you can put a few things down the bottom there to carry them around. I've actually used this and put some tools, hammers, that sort of thing to get around with. It's quite effective. Has balloon tyres, and really, apart from that, it probably comes down to the looks, what you prefer. All right, well with the Ego, it probably looks more like a conventional mini bike than the Greenworks one does. Plenty of room in the cockpit, a little bit tighter than the Greenworks for me because I'm a bit taller, but we've got the bars forward, it's enough room to get by on. Controls are really simple and easy. Screen's easy to see, I think. We'll have a quick look at the Greenworks for ergonomics and then let's get on with it. For me being taller, as I've already mentioned, there is a bit more room on the Greenworks bike. The pegs are sitting further forward. Actually, the seat's a bit more comfortable as well. All round, for me, more comfortable to sit on. Now I should say, even though they're only mini bikes and they are for fun, it's essential to have some safety equipment on. Don't ride them without a helmet. Even the smallest fall, you know, you can do yourself a nasty injury if you're not wearing a helmet. Gloves are a pretty good idea, and so are goggles. All right, this track is a little over 1 kilometre long. We're going to do both bikes in sport mode, obviously. We'll do the same spot, so we go over the small jumps. We're not going over the bigger jump because it's probably a bit too much for these bikes. We'll make it fairly even. I'll go first, then it'll be young Toddy's turn, and then we'll switch to the other bike.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, young Toddy's turn. Not only is he around 15 kilos lighter, he's a bit over 30 years younger as well, so we'd expect him to be faster. So it'll be a challenge between the two of us, as well as trying to find a bit of consistency between the bikes. So, ready, set, go. So far, young Toddy's absolutely flogged me on the Ego mini bike. He did a 235 to my 248. Full times are on the screen. It's time to give the Greenworks bike a go. See if this is an equaliser.
3, 2, 1, go! Cross the line.
All right, well, I went 2 seconds quicker on the Greenworks bike. We'll see what Toddy can do. I expect greatness. Okay, ready, set, go. Not even 40, didn't hit 40 that time. Wonder why. He's certainly hooking in harder than I do. There you go, Toddy went 3 seconds faster on the Greenworks bike than he did on the Ego. Look, if we're going to judge on that using our butt-ometers, we felt that the Greenworks bike's probably got a little bit more low-down torque, which helped it get it going up to speed a little bit quicker than what the Ego does. The Ego does have a higher top speed, so that makes up for that. But the main difference we found was in the handling. The Greenworks bike does turn a lot more confidently and sharper. The Ego bike tends to tuck the front a fair bit. In one of the other videos we did the other day, I did crash the Ego where the front end washed out on me. And we're putting that down to, when you put the two bikes side by side, you can see there the back axle's lined up. The front axle on the Greenworks bike is a lot further forward, so you've got a longer wheelbase. Plus you've got a sharper steering rake on the forks. So that gives this thing a little bit more purchase on the ground. The other thing is the riding position's a little bit more open for taller riders. But when it comes down to it, I mean, we're talking 2 seconds difference between the two bikes for me, 3 seconds for Todd. We've both been riding dirt bikes for years. So not everyone's going to go at that pace, and also it's a fairly long track that we did for little mini bikes that have only got top speeds of 40 odd k's an hour. So we're splitting hairs, there's not a lot of difference between that. All right, let's get on and do a few more tests. All right, we're going to test the claimed top speeds of these bikes. Now, we figure the best way to do it is give the bike every advantage. We're going to have me the heaviest rider on it, so there's more momentum downhill, and we are going to run them downhill flat out and see what we can max them out at. Another test we're going to do is we're going to see how well this little bike can climb up a little steep embankment there with a big heavy rider on it. These little hills don't ever look as steep on camera, but yep, trust us, it's fairly steep. Easy! Well, I absolutely maxed out at 42 k's an hour. Says 45. We're just going by what the speedo said, and it wasn't going to get any faster than that. So let's see what we can do on the Greenworks. Well, the Greenworks bike did exactly what it said it would do on the wrapper, right on 40 k's an hour. Wasn't going to go any faster than that, but I will say it did hit its 40 k's earlier than what the Ego bike managed to do. So look, all up, 2 k's an hour difference. You're not going to lose sleep over that. And this bike got there a little bit quicker. Okay, it's drag race time. I'll be on the Greenworks. Todd with the Ego, after beating me around the motorbike track, is on the Ego. We're going to do a couple of runs downhill. First past the cone is the winner. We'll do a couple of runs each and then we'll swap bikes to even it out, see what happens.
Go! Go!
All right, that was very close both times. I missed the start on the first one a little bit, but I think that was Toddy on the Ego both times, just in that second race. So let's swap and see what happens.
Go! Go!
There you go, I got absolutely spanked both times by the Greenworks bike and young Toddy. Really comes down to the weight difference. We've got a 15 kilo weight difference between the two of us. Showing what we thought before, the Greenworks bike's got a bit more low down torque, so it gets off the line a bit quicker. The fact that I was able to keep up with Todd when I was on the Greenworks, he was on the Ego. Again, that's down to weight. But yeah, it was quite clear when it was the other way around. So anyway, let's give it another test. We'll do some uphill drags. So the uphill drag we're going to do on a gravel road. It's going to be a steady incline, so it's a bit more even. For consistency, I'll start on the Greenworks. Toddy will be on the Ego.
Go!
All right, well that uphill drag really showed that extra torque we mentioned earlier in the Greenworks bike. But time to swap over. I'll jump on the Ego and see what happens when we put the 15 kilo weight advantage on a different bike. I will say though that towards the end there, the Ego was starting to chase me down again. And if we'd kept going for a bit longer, it probably would have caught up.
Go! Go!
Well, that extra low down power we're talking about in the Greenworks bike really stood out on the uphill drag. When we swapped over and got the lighter rider on the Greenworks, the Ego did suffer with my handicap of being probably a couple of extra kegs here instead of a 6-pack. Anyway, let's go try some level ground drag races, see where we're at.
Go!
Well, that was pretty conclusive on those two, so let's swap over and see what happens.
Go!
that was a hell of a lot of fun. You saw on the flat drag races there, the Greenworks bike took it out again. A bit more even when it had the handicap of my extra weight on it, but yeah, I think overall the Greenworks bike took out most of the tests we did. At the conclusion, which one would you pick? I mean, if I had the choice, I'd pick both of them, because you saw at the end there where we were doing the head-to-head racing, you know, I obviously went on the Greenworks bike because of the weight difference, but that was a lot of fun. You can have a lot of fun on two of these. No, I'd be going whichever outdoor power equipment I had to match the battery, to be honest. Looks wise, look, that's always subjective. I think the Ego looks like a better bike, or just presents more like a mini bike. But looks aren't everything. Toddy, what do you think about on that? Which is your pick on the looks?
Probably the Ego mini bike. It looks a bit better, but overall comfortability, definitely the Greenworks, and performance, the Greenworks as well.
Yeah, I think we found suspension's a bit firmer on the Ego, which meant you could hit some harder bumps, but it's only a mini bike, has its limitations. We did have one there where I did a jump and broke a foot peg off, so that's just my extra weight on there pushing down on it. So we did find the limits there, but the Greenworks bike is more comfortable to sit on and ride for sure. All right, well, there you have it. We've done a head-to-head comparo. We had a hell of a lot of fun. I don't think there's any losers in that at all. Do you have a favourite?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, we did a comparison. We didn't help you out at all, other than, as I said, had a blast. Anyhow, as always, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you soon.